Welcome to BigGunner81 Live, everyone. I want to first thank our sponsors, BAT Arms and Eggleston Munitions. BAT Arms is a local federally licensed firearms dealer here in Plano, Illinois, with hours by appointment. And he has a lot of unique items to offer for all your shooting needs. Check them out at batarms.com. And if you're a reloader like myself, go to egglestonmunitions.com and check out their projectiles. They offer polymer-coated projectiles at a price point much more affordable than jacketed, but they offer the benefits of jacketed. So check them out at egglestonmunitions.com, and again, they're also made in the USA, out in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I'll have the links for both the companies in the description below the video. And tonight, I've got a good show for you lined up. We are actually going to be talking with a couple of regulars and also one of our new friends here, Toby Overwatch, who is a fellow three-gun shooter here. You say hello, Toby.
Hello.
And, of course, we got Ryan Wiggins, our other fellow shooter out in Arizona.
Howdy.
And our sponsor, Barry from BAT Arms.
Evening, boys and girls.
So, yeah, tonight we're going to get started. We're going to talk a little bit with Toby. And so, Toby, tell us a little bit about your shooting history.
Well, like a lot of people, I started out shooting with my dad hunting back when I was about 6 years old. That led into just recreational shooting throughout my teens and into my early 20s when I became a law enforcement officer. I've been involved in law enforcement for the last 17 years.
Right.
Then I went into the firearms instruction business, both through law enforcement and my own private company. Then just last year, I went to a law enforcement three-gun match in August and fell in love with it, and it's been a passion ever since. And this year, I've been lucky enough to pretty much travel all around the country and shoot three-gun matches from all the way from Texas to local here at home.
Yeah, in fact, you were out with us, was it 2 weekends ago? Is that right?
Yeah, two weekends ago.
Time frame-wise, I think about that for a second. Yeah, it was 2 weekends ago because last week we were going to have you on the show, and the timing didn't quite work out for it. We were kind of recapping the match. So yeah, that's really cool. So you've been doing this for about a little over a year and a half, roughly.
Yeah, just a little bit over a year competitive three-gun shooting.
Awesome. What has been like one of your favorite places that you've shot at so far as three-gun?
I would have to say one of my favorite ranges that I've shot at is VIR, the range at Virginia International Raceway.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, but I've heard of the Raceway. I didn't know there was a ranger out there too. Yeah,
it almost surrounds the raceway on the outside. They hold all kinds of classes out there. Best match by far so far that I've been at is physically is Blue Ridge Mountain Three-Gun Championship.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That was like not that long ago they had that down in Kentucky.
Yeah, I shot that. It was in October, just before the Indiana Multi-Gun Championship.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking about going down there just to check it out to see what that kind of a match is really like. Since it's only about 6 hours away, it wasn't as far as it was kind of a doable thing in a day to go check it out.
Right. Yeah, it was an incredible match, incredible 3-day match.
Nice, very cool. And then so, to give us a little bit of your synopsis of your story with the ASC when you were at our club a couple weeks ago. For you, what you thought about it and everything.
I enjoyed ASC. I was expecting it to be much more comparable to some of the local matches that I've shot here in Indiana, and I even went and shot a local Three-Gun Nation Club Series match down in Arkansas. That was the first Three-Gun Nation match that I shot, and it was much closer to a combination of the faster Pro Series stages that they had at like the Nationals in Tulsa.
Okay. Because I noticed one thing that I noticed for our last match, and we mentioned this on last week's show too, is that we seem to have a lot more like fixed position type shooting at our event. There wasn't as much running and gunning as we've had previously, but that just seems to be the stage selection at this time,
Yeah, there was a lot less movement than at some matches there.
Yeah, so it was a little different in that respect to me. I mean, that's just my comment on it, but I didn't know how it compared, but you just kind of answered that question, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I just I forgot what I was going to ask you, but so other than that, what are the thoughts? Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Is that What, is that like outlaw style 3-gun out at Blue Ridge?
Yeah, a lot closer to outlaw style. It's not. It's
So they kind
not
of just do
the.
their own thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. We had a rock wall, a makeshift rock wall. We had to climb to a shooting position, and then you had to fast rope down from it.
I think I saw a video of Hunter Kale doing that.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say, Hunter.
Yeah, that was Blue Ridge when he was going up the wall, and then there was a fast rope down from that position. You had to do it all with your rifle slung.
Wow,
Cool.
yeah, that was pretty interesting to watch him do that. I mean, that kid, he keeps going no matter what.
Oh,
We'll
no
have to go
doubt.
out there next year.
Yeah, Hunter's a great guy. He's pretty inspirational.
Yeah, we had him on, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. I can't remember. It was a few weeks back anyway. And talked with him for the first time, and I thought that was really neat. You know, he's kind of an inspirational person nonetheless. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What other thoughts did you have about the ASC 3-gun?
I do want to get the skin back from my shin from the edge of that wagon that we had to start out sitting in. I missed my footing and took a step back and just annihilated my shin down there. But you know what? It was a great match. There were some good burn 'em down stages and some good distance.
Yeah.
I like the different positions on the roof.
Right. That's cool. Did you see the videos with the boat we had last time? At the one before?
Yeah, I did. I saw one of those.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. We got that. I like that. It was just kind of something that the guys came up with, that someone was getting rid of a boat and they just took it and made a makeshift pond on the range, and I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah, little things like that definitely make the smaller club series matches worth it.
Well, I know they want to expand our range, kind of like in the back corner, to open up our action shooting sports so that we can actually host like much larger events at some point. But of course, it takes time and money and all those things. So it's going. It's going to be a little while before it happens, I think. I don't know how long a little while means though. But I'm very excited about all the cool things that are going on there and how it's grown. Because again, this was our first year doing that. Last year we had one match as a trial run to kind of see how it would go and to kind of get the board's approval on doing it for this season. And this season went pretty well. I mean, this last match sold out, which is good. But I'm really looking forward in the future. In fact, I know one of the props we're trying to get is a car. They're trying to get the board to approve, I think, us having like a vehicle to use as well for our stage props.
That'd be cool. Doing different things out of a car, either shooting from it or around it, is definitely a fun way to go.
Right.
I concur.
Yeah, Ryan, have you a good story about that?
Maybe, but I can't do. I don't think I can do shoot cars at my range.
Oh, really?
I don't know if our range is run by the state.
Oh, I got you. So
we
you
have to pick up like everything. We get charged $130 if there's any brass left on any of the bays.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Yeah. And we're not allowed to shoot into the side berms. Stage planning. It's fun.
Oh man, that's one thing we get to do. Most of our ranges.
I'm pushing the limits with shotguns right now, but
yeah.
Not pistol and rifle. I'm actually going to have to go out and get like affidavits signed by other range owners and match directors and prove that there's never been any incidents where 5.56 rounds have hit a berm and defied physics and come back down and struck someone, causing harm. And I have to take this to a state level to get my club to shoot. Like we can only shoot like 4 of the 3-Gun Nation classifiers. I feel bad for my club members, but we're trying. It makes stage design very difficult when you're trying to put together a nice 3-gun match.
Speaking of 5.56 and rifle shooting, one of the things we're also going to talk about tonight too with Toby, there's a app that I recently heard about, Straylock. Is that am I saying that right? Straylock.
Right, Straylock.
And what brought that up was I bought my first scope, actually, the Vortex Strike Eagle, the 1-6, and I was talking about zeroing it in and so forth, and kind of came up with that whole discussion about Straylock and checking that out. So I'm still learning about this program. I haven't gotten to get too far into it, but go ahead and tell us a little bit, Toby.
What
Can you
Strelok?
spell it so I can download it real quick?
It's STRELOK.
I'll
Okay,
go ahead and
thanks.
pull this up on my screen too while you're talking and show them the website as well.
I use it as well. Awesome app.
Yeah,
There we go.
I absolutely love the Strelok app, and one of the nice things about it is, depending on what you're shooting, you can put more than one gun in the Strelok. So if you're a long distance 308 shooter, and then you're also a 3-gun shooter, and I know that in 3-Gun Nation, the regional series, we engage targets out to 400 plus yards sometimes. For those, it helps with bullet drop and windage. And it will actually show you a picture once you put in the distance and windage of what your hold is supposed to look like on the target.
And yeah, like you said, with and you can put in your velocity of your projectile and all that stuff, and it'll calculate it all out.
Right. During the setup, I went through it. I was pretty particular about the way I did. Some guys go on the internet and they search what the average velocity of the rounds are. I actually went in and did the chronograph and shot my rounds through it and put them each in every time. So then it took its own average of the rounds coming out of the barrel of my specific gun.
Right.
So I shoot an 18-inch Armalite, the M15.
Nice.
So it has the specific for my ammunition, the specific average for it. You put that in, and then it will just give you your bullet drop and a picture of what it looks like on the target. I actually added. They have it on the Strelok app. They suggested the weather flow. This is kind of cool. It's kind of almost like a Kressel device. It plugs into the top of your phone, into the headphone jack, and it's a wind meter that actually speaks or communicates with Strelok, and it'll put your wind speeds right into the Strelok app, right from your phone.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I found that in some of my internet searching, and it makes it just a little bit quicker for me rather than going in and manually putting it in.
Yeah, because I've got an anemometer. No, if I could do it automatically, that'd be very cool.
So we need to figure out how to Bluetooth that thing and send it all the way down range so we can get the windage at 1,000 yards.
Nice.
We were shooting at USPSA Nationals, and they had like 350 yards worth of dirt berm, and then another 100 yards before the steel poppers. But we were getting like a 45-mile-an-hour swirl, so there was absolutely no way to calculate wind or try to do anything because the rounds were just flowing all over the place.
Yeah,
I hold a grudge to that day.
Very cool. Yeah, it looks like it's a pretty useful app. I mean, to say the least, to put it mildly. The Strelok, and I just downloaded the trial copy or the basic version, which still has a bunch of different reticles in it to work with. But I may end up buying the full version of it very soon here, just to have it because it is a nice tool, like everyone says.
Yeah, the Strelok's a great app. As a matter of fact, I rode back from the regionals in West Virginia with Jason Carrillo, and he's the one that turned me on to the Strelok app.
Yeah, Jay's a cool guy. He was on our show, I don't know, a while back, months ago already.
Yeah, Jay's one of the guys I've learned a lot of stuff from.
Yes.
Just wanted to add this in here real quick. It's kind of funny. I just downloaded the app and I opened it up, and it's right off the bat. It's giving me a distance of 547 yards.
Nice. There you go. So what was it giving you? I see it gave you the distance, but what did you put in? Anything, or just said that automatically?
Oh, I didn't put anything in it. The app just opened and it says distance 547 yards, slope 0, wind 90 degree direction. It's like a wind coming from 90 somewhere.
Someone who made the program is probably like the default they put in there to start with or something, and just left it in there. Who knows? So
I'm gonna play with this app. That's cool.
You'll like it, Ryan. It's pretty awesome.
Cool. Well, that's what I'm gonna be doing with that pretty soon too, is playing with it and see. But anyhow, yeah. Is there anything else you want to cover on this, Toby, with the 3-gun stuff?
As far as the Straylock app, it's a pretty straightforward, self-explanatory platform.
Right.
Pretty easy to use.
Or anything else with 3-gun in general, I mean. Too.
No, I really enjoyed the match. I'll be back at Aurora Sportsman's Club. I'll be back there this Saturday, as a matter of fact, for the practical rifle.
Yeah,
I like it so much I'm going back.
Yeah, I do enjoy Practical Rifle. It's actually how I got started with the club, is through Practical Rifle. You know, we do it the third Saturday of every month is when we do it. I haven't been to one in a while, though, because of 3-gun. I've been trying to just go out shooting like once a month to a match, not, you know, overspend and everything on that. But yeah, that is a lot of fun. I wanted to go back to it, except this weekend I'll be down in South Carolina at the Clinton House shooting their upstate 3-gun match. That's going to be a challenge for me, especially like I mentioned earlier. I don't know if I mentioned on the show, but I was talking to you guys earlier about it. With the learning how to load shot shells and stuff is going to be a challenge, since I was using my MK 1919, and Barry lent me a really nice F&H SLP comp that he had all tricked out to take with and play with. So, you know, thanks again, Barry. I appreciate that a lot.
No problem. Practice your loading.
I know. With the little bit of time I have between now and then, it's going to be tough. I'm going to try to get some practice in, though, for sure.
Just take your time.
You'll be all right, man.
Yeah, I
got faith in you.
Thank you. You have more faith in me than I do.
That's the way it should be.
So, yeah, I don't think I'll mess up too bad. I think I won't be very fast at it. That's what I think will happen. But, you know, slow and steady, you know, and just getting things down and learning how to do it and stuff, because shot shell loading is not easy. It's like seems to be like one of the biggest downfalls when it comes to you know, 3-gun, I think, right?
Yeah, but you know what? Once you get it down, Rick, it's really, I mean, it's really smooth. Once you get the action,
right, as they call it, like petting the kitty, because you're
exactly
it's right in there.
I mean, I'm to the point now where
Jana Reeves.
Yeah, to you guys, it's no big deal, but now I'm down to the point where, you know, I can do it running from stage to stage, and haven't got the 4 yet. I'm working on that, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, the 4 you're gonna have to do it with, like, you know, 2 motions, right? Because you're just gonna have the 4, you do it once.
Yeah,
twice.
you got 4 in your hand. You got to catch the first 2, and then once you load that, then you do the next 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Just remember, it's like a moving wheel, man. You got to keep that momentum going until the end, and it doesn't matter if you're doing double or load 2s or quad loads, as long as it's consistent.
Right, because if you don't have the momentum, you're going to end up not getting caught in there. It's going to pop back out, right?
Even if you're taking your time, you're like, oh, there's my well, boom, there's 2, grabbing 2 more, and you think it out in your head and like play it slow in your mind.
Yeah, if you try to go too fast and don't get those all the way past the shell catch, you end up with one on the lifter, and then you could be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, we don't want problems. It's going to be an interesting match. That's the best way to put it, I think. We'll see how it goes. So, I know Barry's got a few things going on too. With he got a show this weekend.
Yeah, we do. So we're priming up for Black Friday and the holidays and everything else. So those that are local, Villa Park, Illinois, VFW, there's a big gun show going on. A lot of big vendors going to be there. I know it's an annual event. Last year we saw about 500 or 600.
I think Toby just lost a sponsor there.
Yeah, my propaganda's falling down on my head.
So that's the Villa Park VFW from 10 to 3, I believe it is, on Saturday. We'll be there. Okay. We'll have all of our Black Friday specials going on. Speaking of which, we've got some really good deals going on. I've got a brand new 6-hour M400 AR Black Friday special of $8.99. I have one available at that price. The new Ruger. Is
that in store only, Barry?
Actually, I will ship. So to anybody that reaches out to me and basically says BigGunner81 sent me, I'll give them free shipping on that. So,
yep, so our friends I might haven't met yet down in South Carolina, you guys want free shipping, Barry will set you up.
So yeah, so if it's going out of state, there's no tax. If it's in Illinois, I have to charge sales tax. Sorry guys, not my rule. But yeah, out of state, I'll do free shipping. BigGunner81 sent me. $8.99 on the SIG M400. I've got, if anybody's looking for an economy AR, the Ruger AR556 just recently introduced. Awesome entry-level AR. It's got a 1/8 twist barrel, ambi mag release, if I remember correctly. It's got the dust cover charge handle versus the M&P Sporter, and I've got that at $5.99. So that's a great deal as well. Got several different pistols. I've got a brand new Gen 4 Glock 19, 3 mags in the case, brand new in the box. I'll do 5 1/4 Black Friday special.
That's on my list too. Glock 19 at some point.
Yep. So yeah. So again, free shipping. If you tell me BigGunner81 sent me, shoot me an email, bat@batarms.com. We'll be more than happy to hook you guys up. And then I see Rick's got our latest offering up.
Yes. This is something that excites me a lot. I really like this.
So this is a new line for us. We're a full-line dealer for a company called F1 Firearms. It's f-1firearms.com, and these are basically custom-made to order, and these are handmade upper and lower sets. So the upper and lower set are actually made together, machined together, assembled together, and they do custom anodizing. They have, gosh, about probably 8 different colors. If you don't like the basic black, this is actually my new build in the blue anodized with their matching 16-inch handguard to go along with it.
I'm digging the blue.
Yeah, it's awesome. So and that little
rifle's blue too.
Yeah, the little black case in the background, the upper and lower actually come in that case.
Yeah.
Nice.
When this is all done, it's gonna have all titanium hardware. So you see the black takedown pins; those will be replaced with titanium. The safety, the mag release will all be titanium. The barrel will be stainless. I've got a stainless white oak barrel with a stainless flash suppressor, stainless gas block that's going into it. And then FDE grip and stock going on that. So it's new to our offering as well. Prices are basically dependent on what combination and if you want them black or colored. But I'll do the same deal, free shipping to anyone that basically says BigGunner81 sent us. Check out f-1firearms.com and look over their inventory.
Yeah, I gotta say that. I mean, I had this in my hands the other day when I was out by you, and the fit is phenomenal. I mean, everything just it's nice and tight and snug, and just the machining is really nice. I like it a lot, and it's on my list that I would like to upgrade my 3-gun rifle with at least the upper and lower set, and then later on maybe do the rail. I don't know, or the forend on it.
Hey, when you guys finish building that, you gotta weigh it. I want to know what that weighs.
Yeah, so the upper lower is 0.98, and the handguard, I don't recall what the handguard is. I'd have to look. It's pretty light. I mean, there is one other actually a guy that works for me is putting together a lightweight build, and I got the old mine's lighter deal, but yeah. So I'm debating. I may end up going with a who is it? Somebody's got a lightweight stainless barrel, not BCM, but
is it like a fluted barrel?
Yeah, one of the popular. It escapes me at the moment, so I'll probably put a lightweight barrel in it. But
just go big and get one of those carbon fiber proof barrels.
Yeah, well, that's a consideration too. I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
I'm sorry. Did you say a carbon fiber barrel?
Yeah, Proof Research. They're like $500.
I have not seen that yet.
I've got 500 in my white oak armament, so I mean, and I'm looking at Noveske barrels. They're in that price range, so.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody put one of those into one of the Armalite guns. That Proof Research
they're
barrel.
absolutely beautiful.
How are they holding up? Have you heard?
The Proof Research barrels?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything negative about them. I know there was a company that was doing some carbon fiber stuff before, and I never heard any issues about them. But Proof Research is top of the line. You look at like Daniel Horner and all those guys. A lot of them are running Proof Research barrels. No, Hunter Kale runs one. We were just talking about him.
I'll have to take a look at that. definitely.
Yeah,
it's like it's the real carbon fiber. It's not that woven crap. It's like the pressure inlaid, all random, cool-looking spiderweb kind of carbon fiber.
I'm actually trying to look at that right now to kind of get an idea.
Yeah, they make parts for like airplanes, and then they decide to get into the firearms industry. So.
And again, they're a big 3-gun supporter, so we always like to support the companies that support our sports.
I haven't seen any of Proof Research support in my 3-gun prize tables, because I think you got to be like top 10 to get that stuff.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. Like,
it's high quality stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of long range guys are running those barrels in their rifles.
I'm looking at it's a Battle Arms stainless barrel.
Cool.
Yeah, I was looking to see if I can find a better picture of it, because they got the ones in the background on here, with the AR and I don't know if that's what that is. It's a Remington 700 maybe. I'm not sure, but bolt action rifle, whatever it is, you can kind of tell. But I was looking to see if there's a different picture to kind of show what the actual finish kind of looks like on the actual barrel.
You see what the barrel weight is?
Yeah, I don't know.
So this Battle Arms barrels is 23 ounces.
What length?
I'll go 14.5 and pin the flash hider.
So you're gonna do a carbine length gas system?
Yep. Unless I dump my 18 in there, I haven't decided yet.
Nice.
Sorry about the cat.
I didn't hear it this time, but I've heard it before, so yeah, it's no big deal.
She talks.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty neat though with that F1 setup.
So lots going on at the shop and some good Black Friday specials, and we'll be publishing those shortly on our Facebook page as well. We'll have some pistols on there and some rifles and some other deals.
Right on. And I've been kind of just been tied up with the planning to get out to South Carolina and all that kind of stuff going on, which was kind of not something I knew I was going to do until just recently. So, needless to say, I have still some packing and stuff to do yet and everything, since I had to get some stuff sorted out to do it. But it should be pretty cool. I think there's going to be 100 shooters there. It's sold out, which is good. And if I remember right, I was reading on the Facebook page for, I think it was the Clinton House. They mentioned something about Remington donated, I think, in 1911 to raffle off this match. So I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of support for that down there in that North Carolina, South Carolina area. I know they give away a gun at the Tar Heel 3-gun monthly matches at Woody's.
Right on. Nice. I know that's something we've been trying to work on too, because as I mentioned to you the other day, or not the other day, when we were out at ASC last, I handle all the sponsorship stuff for the 3-gun series right now for the club, and that's something we'd like to get at some point, is to get a firearm for our prize table.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, right? Who wouldn't, right?
We could. Our last match, we gave away a couple $1,000s worth of stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're still ramping things up with that too as well. So, we've had a really good turnout. I mean, Barry was one of our supporters. We also had Pete from the Range 35. Our friends down at Got Ammo LLC. We've had a lot of companies. Torque Mag. Trying to go through my head here. Oh, Our Guns, our local manufacturer for AR-15s. Yeah, there's a long list though, but all those guys, came out and support us. They did. It was a great thing. I mean, to get all the support we've had so far this year, just being our first year at it, our first full year, has been great. Can't say enough good things about all the sponsors we've had.
That's awesome, man. I'm kind of lucky out here because we got about 1,000 gun stores in Phoenix, so it's
right.
It hasn't been a super challenge yet to get sponsors involved and bring stuff to the prize table.
Well, our series sponsor, Got Ammo LLC, which you can go to our website, gotammollc.com. They're out in Arizona near you somewhere. In Goodyear, I think Goodyear, Arizona is where they're at. So
I haven't heard of them, but I think we've talked about this in the past.
yeah, right. We mentioned it. They're like they're a dealership dealer that's like in I think a strip mall, I think. So you may even not even notice them before, but really nice guys. Three combat veterans that started the company. They've always been great with their shipping. I mean, 2 days I get my order, always my order stuff. Can't say enough good things about them though. They've been really good about helping us out.
So they have a storefront too?
They do have a storefront and an online store both. If you go to gotmolc.com, you can check out their website. They'll have their address and stuff on there to check out the actual store.
Yeah, I'm on there right now.
Yeah, they're a Class 3 dealer too as well.
I'm gonna have to contact them.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, they're fairly new. I think 2009 maybe. I'm not sure when they opened. So they've only been in business for a little while, I guess.
Oh, Rick, I had a question for you, man.
Sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you did. That's okay.
Well, you're saying that you want Glock 19s on the list.
Yes.
Why?
Why? I actually, because I like the size of it, and
Why does anybody want a Glock?
What's that?
Why would anybody want a Glock?
I got a Glock 19.
Yeah.
So I carry it every day.
Right.
Mine's pretty though.
Nice. I actually did shoot one. I liked the feel of it. It wasn't bad for a concealed carry gun, because a lot of the other concealed carry guns and stuff, I mean, that's like a mid-size, right? I mean, it's considered mid-size basically.
Yeah, I would consider mid-size.
Some of the other concealed carry guns, even the mid-size ones, I just don't like the feel of that much. And that one was not so bad, and I didn't shoot too bad with it when I was using it, so that's why that's on my list right now. I may have to shoot it a few more times just to kind of really feel comfortable about buying one, but it is on my list at this point, I would say.
Yeah, you could go smaller, but you're going to sacrifice your, I hate to say it, but your stopping power, if you will, and your magazine capacity. But if you don't wear super tight clothing like a 22-year-old college chick, you can make a 19 a nice concealed carry weapon for sure.
Hey, it's cool. Some of our viewers are actually already responding to Barry's.
It's awesome.
So see the power of social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually carry
I'll hook you up.
I carry a 19 as pretty much my everyday carry, just to stay with the same platform. Because I carry a Glock 17 at work, and that's why I shoot a kind of a tricked out Glock 34 for 3-gun.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. I know. That's something at one point too. I'll have to figure out what I want to actually run for a pistol. Right now, I'm running my Sig P226 because what I have. But I know, like for a race gun, so to speak, that might not be the best option. But that's down the road at some point when the budget allows for it. There's more upgrades and ideas and wants than money allows right now.
You can sell your Sig and trick out a Glock 34 very nicely.
Actually, everyone thinks it's a Sig. It's MK1919, but
I will hook you up at discount prices for tricking out of a Glock.
All right, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I really like my MK1919. The thing about that is like too. Well, like I said about the whole 3-gun thing and being an unlimited class because of it, that's the downfall. But I still like it nonetheless. It's still like my favorite shotgun that I think I've shot so far. Plus part of that too, I think might also come from not only that it's similar to the AR-15 and the ergonomics and everything and all that, and I like that platform a lot and that design. But also I had this one custom built. I went down to Tooth and Nail Armory down in Missouri, and I actually bought it, brand new in its stock form. And they, while I was there, tore it all down to all the little pieces, everything totally disassembled, cut the stock off, cut the grip off, put their adapters on it, put their fore end on it, all that stuff. Totally, reworked the whole shotgun. Oh, and it has a trigger too in it that they make. So that was a really good experience, and I really am attached to that thing. That'd be like one of the last ones I'd want to ever sell, I think, at this point.
I know I'm going to set all the 3-gunners on fire here on your webpage, but I shoot a JM 930. I shoot a Mossberg, and It has
What's
yet
wrong
to
with
fade.
that?
It has
Yeah,
yet
what's
to fade.
wrong?
Oh, nothing. But it seems like every blog I get on, or anytime there's a talk on the 3-gun forums and you bring up the 930, everybody starts talking about, oh, it breaks, it goes down. I've shot that gun dirty. As a matter of fact, when I came out and shot it at ASC, I hadn't cleaned it since before Blue Ridge, and I shot Blue Ridge, the Indiana Multi-Gun Series finals, the championship shoot-off, and then shot the ASC match. Didn't have time to clean it in between any of them, and it ran like a top.
Man, it's a solid gun. The 930 it's a great mechanism, and they make a good firearm over there. It's just like before the air, we were talking about the 6.0 diesel and doing a couple things to it right off the bat to prevent problems. And with the 930, what I've seen is the 4-inch support, that little plastic one that comes factory. It's cracking, and I've dealt with Mossberg on numerous firearms in the past couple months, and they're getting ready to do something. I don't know if they're going to do a recall or send everyone aluminum inserts or whatever, but that's the only problem I've really seen with it is that plastic part up on the front just tends to crack.
Speaking of, like Toby was mentioning cleaning, I want to share this with you guys before I forget to share this. This is an experience that I had today. So I have my bolt carrier group. It's a nickel boron bolt carrier group, and I don't know if you guys can see this right now or not. If you guys see the screen share I'm putting up here, but basically I put it in my sonic cleaner partially to try to. I have a small sonic cleaner to see if I can get it to clean up. I've used solvents and everything on it, and it was like I'm like, wow, this sucks because I like the nice silver finish that the nickel boron has, and so I put it in the sonic cleaner. Didn't really do a whole lot with it. Like it still looked like this, kind of brownish, like blackish, tinted and all that. And so I was like, okay. So last ditch effort, I had a little packet of this Flitz polish, and I'm sure there's other stuff out there too. This is just something I had laying around that came with a package I got from the guy over at 556 channel on YouTube a while ago. And I said, hey, I'm going to try this out and see how it works. And you can kind of see I did the whole bolt carrier. I took everything apart, the bolt carrier, all that. I polished it up with the Flitz and cleaned it all off, and and lubed it and everything. You probably don't have to really lube it, but I put a little bit of CLP, just a thin coat on it. And I was impressed with the results on this. Just by using my little Dremel and polishing it up, it actually cleaned up to a better finish than what it had when I probably bought the thing. So.
Oh yeah, that looks sweet. I love Flitz. I got a bottle of Flitz in my gunsmithing bag, so I use for jobs and all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna
probably have to get some more of that because I actually like it quite a bit. Especially with just using the Dremel. I mean, it took me a few minutes to just go over all the pieces and polish them up. Where I was feeling like, man, this sucks. I bought this expensive bolt carrier group a while ago, and it's never gonna look even close to what it looked like when I bought it anymore after firing it a few times.
Get the tube. Get rid of those rags. Get a tube of that stuff.
A tube, yeah.
Well, I was badass in an F1 upper.
That's my thought. I'm like, I would like to have that upper and lower and just transfer all the rest of my hardware over onto it right now, and then later on maybe get their rail or their handguard and all that too.
That's weird though. I've never seen I don't think I've ever seen a nickel boron bolt carrier that looked like that. So I got one right here.
How so? Like the
color, like that brown stuff you were saying?
Yeah, I've never seen it. Mine doesn't have never done that.
It doesn't.
I haven't seen it discolor that much.
Yeah, this is a Spikes nickel boron that I've got tens of thousands of rounds on. And it still kind of looks like nickel boron.
Yeah.
Kind of dark. Almost like a polished titanium, if you could polish titanium.
The one thing I will say is that picture makes it probably look a little worse than it is, too.
Oh.
That's the other part, because the lighting was really kind of hard to get a good picture of it. So that may be why it's a hard comparison. But it wasn't like the nice silvery finish. It was like tarnished. And I couldn't get it cleaned no matter what. I used Hoppy's 9 on it. What?
Now let it sit.
I let it sit. I soaked it. I scrubbed it all onto the bolt carrier with just a soft bristle brush, and just let it sit for a long time before wiping it off and trying it again a few times. And then even the sonic cleaner too.
Something else that works very well that literally melts the carbon off the bolt
What's that?
is ballistol and odorless mineral spirits in the
Ballistol.
What?
So-
Yeah, I've heard of that before, but I mean, like, isn't it like a
smells like a dog's butt, but it's
what?
Yeah, Ballistol is absolutely horrible. I used to sell it at a gun store that I worked at, and people would come from around the state to buy it. It is an extremely effective CLP. It's the original CLP.
Right.
I believe it was formulated by the Nazis. It's all organic. You can drink it if you had to. You wouldn't die, I don't think.
You don't think?
But it has a very, very weird smell.
Yeah, it's a bad smell, or what is? I mean, what is it like?
just a nasty smell. But
It's weird, man. It's weird.
All these chemicals have friggin' smells to them.
I do like
Well,
a
it's
25 to
a
1.
Nazi chemical engineering, you know.
I do a combination of that and odorless mineral spirits, and throw my bolts in there in the ultrasonic, and literally I pull them out and I wipe the carbon off the bolt. No scraping.
Nice.
It's right off.
So it's almost
That's
like
what we clean with at the shop is mineral spirits.
it's almost like the people who show off the fire clean after they wipe off their bolt after 1,000,000 rounds. Oh, look, it's clean, right?
Oh, canola oil.
No, this stuff is not canola oil. Trust me.
No, it is not. This is the real deal.
You're talking about the ballistol, right?
Mhm.
Right. No, I haven't. I actually have a bottle of fire clean. I'm gonna try out at some point. I just haven't done it yet.
On your guns?
It came with the flits, actually, believe it or not. It came in that same package. The guy from the 556 channel was doing a like a giveaway type thing, and evidently I won it, and it was a while ago. So I just had that little sample sitting there, and like I said, the flits. I'm like, I could use that and try polishing this and see how it works. And so same thing with the fire clean. I just haven't used it yet. It's funny too because in between that time of getting it and contemplating using it and having not used it yet, then you get the whole controversy about fire clean on all the YouTube channels and internet and everything. And
Dude, there's so many good lubricants out there. There's so many good cleaning solvents out there. I've met custom gun builders that use motor oil on their $5,000 STI builds.
right, I've heard that, and also like trans fluid because trans fluid not only has lubrication but also detergents built into it too. Because that's the whole idea.
I'm gonna send you some Reaper lube, man.
All right, good deal.
He's down with the detergents.
Nice.
It's his whole thing.
The trans fluid, though, the whole idea with the detergents is that it keeps like all the little particulates like suspended in the fluid, and when that trans fluid in your car breaks down,
Yep.
all that particulate matter kind of settles around all the seals inside your trans and everything, and it's kind of nasty. So anyway, that's just some of my automotive knowledge from my past career experience. But
Well, the gun lube I'm using right now is basically transmission fluid, but with a couple other properties, and they actually put it in transmissions, and it kept the trannies 10 degrees cooler than leading
What's it called?
manufacturers. Reaper lube.
oh, that's what you're talking about. All right.
Yeah, the guy, he like grew up, best friend's dad was like a chemist for oil company or something. I probably screwed that up, but he's in with these oil testing chemistry guys, and he's like, hey, let's make a gun lube with a whole bunch of detergents that prevent carbon buildup and stuff.
So
And it's good stuff.
Speaking of that, what do you use, Toby, for your gun cleaning products?
Whatever's free.
Okay.
CLP Break Free was where I started, and then I went through a couple of different BCM uppers when they were giving out the Slip 2000, and then I picked some up off a couple of prize tables, and that's been enough to keep me pretty well in lube for the last year.
And how often? I know you mentioned you didn't clean your shotgun since the last previous match or whatever. But how often do you guys like? Well, I'll start with Toby, I guess. As far as your gun cleaning, how often do you do it after like matches and so forth?
Usually, I try to clean after every match. Usually. Yeah,
that's what I try to do too.
But like Blue Ridge, when it ended, I got in my car and drove from Kentucky to shoot the Indiana Multi-Gun Series the very next day, leaving the prize table at like 9:30 at night. So there was no time in between those matches. And then, to be absolutely honest, I was just lazier than hell when I got back. I thought I was done for the season. I was going to clean my guns in a couple of weeks. Then ended up coming up to the ASC match and then did the oh crap, threw some lube on my guns, and off I went out the door.
Nice.
So I will definitely lubricate before every match, but cleaning I try to, but that's a perfect world.
Right. So what about you, Ryan?
Even though I have guns that you can run super, super, super dirty, I clean them after every time I shoot them. Wire wheel the back of the bolt, firing pins, stuff like that. Just keep it absolutely immaculate.
That's always kind of one of my concerns is the firing pin with carbon buildup and stuff, because I'm, with the free firing pin in an AR, for example, was what I'm thinking of. If that thing was stuck and that bolt slams forward, that's, you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, you don't get a whole lot of carbon buildup on the firing pin itself. That's hard to remove. You get some on the front of the face of your firing pin on that first notch that bottoms out for the space your firing pin is going to penetrate the bolt. But what you do get a lot of on an AR platform is a lot of carbon buildup inside the bolt on that inside face where the firing pin contacts.
Right.
So, I mean, most firing pins, even if you go out on the range and shoot 1,000 rounds, you take that thing and you can get them pretty clean with your fingers to where they're going to function. But the inside of that bolt is a tricky part. I've battled with pipe cleaners, Q-tips, different brands of Q-tips. I've got good results with Beauty Studio 57 Q-tips.
Okay.
They're wrapped nice and tight. No, seriously.
And where do you get these at?
Walgreens.
Okay.
So they're wrapped so tight that you can actually fit the damn thing all the way through the back of your bolt into the front and give it some little twisties to get that carbon off.
Yeah, I've done that before, cramming the Q-tip in there, to get it all the way up to the front as far as you can get it, and just.
You gotta be careful so you don't break the tip off inside the bolt.
I know, that's the other.
I've done that like 5 times.
Then it's like becomes the process to getting it out.
Paperclip.
Right, there you go.
But yeah, I clean my guns. I mean, I shoot a Glock 34 pistol that I have filled with dirt and got super dirty just to see if it would run. It runs. I run a Benelli. It's an inertia gun. It doesn't even get dirty. Only the barrel gets dirty, And then my AR, I haven't had an AR malfunction to the point, or malfunction because of cleanliness.
Okay.
So
it's funny because you always do that with the gas impingement system and all that. People complain about it. I think
there was a guy in my squad at Nationals in Tulsa that he went to go shoot a stage and just went click and wouldn't fire, and it was like the lightest light strikes ever. So I was like, dude, give me your gun right now. I'm gonna clean this. And I pulled his gun apart on this little table right there at like stage 5 at Nationals, and I was brushing his bolt, and his bolt and firing pin were so dirty that I couldn't get the firing pin out. I had to take one of my flatheads and pry it out, and when it came out, it had like 3 rings of solidified carbon going down the firing pin. Wow. I was like, dude, don't you ever clean your bolt and your firing pin? But yeah, I cleaned that all up for him, and he ran the rest of the match.
People having issues because they're just running it too dry in a sense, like they haven't cleaned them in a while.
I mean,
usually it's like they get a stuck round or something like that, or whatever, it won't cycle.
Your chamber, depending on who made the barrel and how big the chamber is and stuff, if you get a real tight like match barrel, all it takes is a little bit of carbon inside of there to build up to where you're going to get stuck, spent round stuck in the chamber, or you're going to have a hard time extracting it. It might jam your rifle, have a little failure to extract.
So let me ask Barry too what his opinion is on this. As far as gun cleaning and everything, how often do you do this when you do like matches and stuff?
Unless I'm extremely busy, I try and do it after each match.
Okay.
The pain point for me is I'm really, really anal when I clean my guns.
Right.
I'm the guy that's got all the little picks and all the crap and all the tools, and
that's how I've been.
It'll take me a couple hours to clean my AR.
Right. That's actually what I spent the whole day today doing. Not the whole day, but
you know what I'm saying?
Like half the day was working on my AR, polishing that bolt and cleaning all the crud out of it. Well, sometimes I'll do a quick cleaning now because just as time, just so I can get something done, so I can get it like somewhat cleaned up enough that I feel a little bit more confident about it. But when I'm going to do something like I'm doing this weekend where I'm going out of state, my thought is that I want everything to run as perfect as possible. So I'm going to tear it all apart and do the full, cleaning on every little crevice and everything, So that's what I did today with it. But so that kind of answers my version of it.
Yeah,
so,
where I don't compromise on that is my work guns. I clean my work guns every time I leave the range.
Right. That's a good point. And everybody's got their own preference on it too, you know, because I've heard that like before, where some people even with their even though it's not technically a work gun, it's still a concealed carry gun. They say, well, yeah, I don't want to pull it all apart. If it functions fine, you know, I don't want to leave it, you know. But I'm not gonna clean it like all the time. In other words.
Yeah, that's a work gun in my world. If somebody's using it for concealed carry, whenever it's your gun for when bullets are coming the opposite way, I'll call that a work gun.
Yep.
Right.
Agreed.
That's a good way to put it.
So if you go online and you look at some forums and stuff, you can find some people talking about how cleaning your gun after every time you shoot it is stupid because carbon needs to build up, like the transmission, like it needs a little bit of carbon to work better for gas flow and stuff like that. I just want to tell you, do not listen to those people.
No.
That is complete crap.
Well, you know what my saying is about that too. Not so much just the cleanliness, but lubrication is the key to success.
If you have a gun that's put together properly, I like your joke. Sorry.
That's okay.
I had to download
like,
first.
Where's the sound
downloading
effects
bar.
for this thing?
I was multitasking and I missed it. So
some guys have really poorly machined gas blocks they buy on Amazon or something, and they just slip right over your barrel. Your gas block, when you put it on your barrel, you should have to tap that thing on there. So if it's loose, you get gas leakage and stuff. And so, carbon buildup is going to help the gun function properly because you got a loose-ass gun. But these are ARs we're talking about, not AKs.
Right.
So.
Well said. So, yeah. Yeah, I pull up the sound effects here, so I'm laughing because I was like, oh, 2 minutes too late for my joke. Because apparently, you know, Google on their Hangouts here has this whole little sound effect thing too. If you're working on a laptop or a desktop.
Speaking of missing,
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Speaking of missing things, Ryan gave me the opportunity to give just an absolute shameless sponsor plug, and I missed it. He was talking about those clips breaking on the JM 930s. OR3 gun makes a metal one. They're one of my sponsors, and I actually have that and their marine spacer that runs with less friction and allows the carbon to actually move out of the gas system. But just like your sound effects, I missed that initial opportunity to plug my sponsor and felt obligated to make it up.
I actually just talked about them on our 3-gun club page or our club page because there was a question brought up about which shotgun should I buy, and people were talking about 930s and stuff. And I said 930 is a great gun. Just go to this website and get this part, and it'll run good forever. And that it just so happened to be that Oregon or OR3 gun. Those are, I think, some of the only guys that are making some of the drop-in replacement parts for the 930 right now. So.
Yeah, and they're quality stuff. We've actually got 4 guys on our team. We're in tier marksmanship, and we're all 3 or 4 of our guys are running 930s, and they run flawlessly. But we run all the gun parts. Yeah.
Hey, Rick, actually, Dave Osterkamp runs a JM 930.
I was gonna say that too. I was just thinking about that. Like, who else?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's that one other guy. What's his name?
Yeah.
and I know because I sold it to him. So.
Right.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yep, he did. One of our guys. So that's actually one of the ones I was considering too in the past before I bought my MKA, just because I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool shotgun, but I really wanted the mag fed, setup.
And it's about half the price of a FN or a Benelli.
True. It is about that. Would they go about $600? Is that roughly about?
Somewhere, that neighborhood. I'd have to look.
I can't remember.
Awesome.
But of course, prices change too on this stuff all the time.
Yeah,
so
it's in that
down the road when someone's clicking on YouTube, watching all my back videos, they'd be like, "Oh man, I could have bought one back then for that much."
You know what? If I didn't get a Benelli given to me, that was the route that I was going to go. Was the JM Pro? Because I've always shot Mossbergs growing up. And
does that come with the loading port already beveled and opened up and everything too?
Does not.
Does not.
It's not the same as like a Mossberg 500 though. I feel like it's a little bit wider. It just
it is.
You still want to. you probably still want to put it on a mill or something and open it up a little bit, just so you can get real sloppy when you throw your shells in.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up because we're about almost 10 o'clock here. So, guys, thanks for coming out. Is there anything else you want to add, Toby?
I just, like I said, I just gave one shameless sponsor plug to OR3 Gun, also shootsteel.com, and my company, Tier1Training.com. We do firearms training for civilians and law enforcement.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. I kind of forgot. I remember hearing you mention that earlier. So what was it called again?
Tier 1, TYR1 training. Tier is the Norse god of justice and law. Figured it fit with me being a law enforcement officer and a Norseman by heritage.
Cool.
But like we're holding a open civilian firearms fundamentals fighting handgun class on this Sunday.
Oh wow. We'll have to talk some more about that in the future, because that'd be kind of neat. You're not that far away. You're a couple-hour ride from me, I think, or something.
Yeah, just down in northwest Indiana.
Yeah, because I'm actually further. I'm actually about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour straight east of the club, so that's even closer to you than the club is.
Okay.
Hoosier.
So that's always possible. What's that?
A Hoosier.
Yes, I am.
Yep. Sure enough. So Ryan, you got anything you want to throw in there real quick?
I don't think so. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as always, we love having you on here, and thank you for being on with us too. We always enjoy talking to you.
I got a lot of things I want to talk about, so you guys better hang out afterwards.
Okay, sounds good. And Barry, you got anything else you want to cover? I know we covered most of it, I think, but
good to go. Thanks for having me on.
yeah, well, thanks for sponsoring the show, and again, thank you for the shotgun, and also I want to mention thank you for helping trim the 1,500 pieces of 223 brass the other day.
No problem.
That was a chore, but
good luck, by the way, this weekend.
yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. So, yeah, very good. Yeah, so again, like I said, I want to thank our sponsor, BAT Arms, and EggleStonMunitions.com. Check them out, and until next time, guys, go out and have some fun shooting.